Alright, YouTube, I realize I'm back on you already. I am just setting up my Twitch page right now, so that's updated and tells people that I'm actually writing. Why is it still going off on the timer? That is bizarre. Huh. It says I'm still live. That's interesting. I am not live. I have not been live. So start all, see what happens there. Boom. Now we're actually back. But it's kind of, this is one long stream, so Twitch is having some issues. That's fun. So back on from this morning. I had meant to be back before now. Been kind of a rough day. Been kind of a sad day. Unfortunately, depression kind of got me by the balls right now. I am struggling. I got Rizzy with me here right now. Been trying to talk to the wife, trying to call her today. She's not picking up the phone. I don't know why. It's probably nothing. She's probably just not around it. She's probably just busy doing other stuff. She's a very active person, active social life, likes to work out every single day. But it's really fucking with me. Yeah, it's really fucking with me. Yeah. Pretty depressed and moody today. Not even moody, just feeling down. Did some stuff, fed myself. Hanging out with my Rizzy dude here. But yeah, I do not want to work right now. I wanna fuck off. I wanna slack. And that's probably the last thing that I should be doing right now. I should be working. So, I got 18 characters that I wrote down. Garrett's immediate family, some members of court. I keep thinking about adding like this troll swamp witch, so I'm just gonna put down troll swamp witch. I think I got a name in mind that I don't remember right now because she's part of another project. Beautiful troll woman who lives in a swamp. Everyone expects her to be ugly. Is brought in as a possible suspect by Gregarious II. Friendly. Civilizations, though. Experimenter. Yeah, eccentric experimenter. Eligible in potions. I'm sure I gotta add other characters. The plot, high concepts. Yeah, very depressed. Very depressed. Working against myself right here, right now, but that is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's a very good thing. I should be working when I don't want to work. That is how you show discipline. I'm going to be lazy here and say, what is the high concept of my story right now? How would I paraphrase? And that's one thing I love about ChatGPT, when I just don't feel like working at all, and I just feel like a big old sack of shit. I can always rely on this to keep me going. You actually have a very clear high concept now. It's just been living implicitly inside the character work. Let me pull it out and give you a few clean paraphrase options at different levels of sharpness. Your core high concept, the essence. A reluctant human prince falls in love with a powerful, domineering mermaid who believes she is destined to rule, and their romance pulls a fragile kingdom towards salvation or subjugation as love, magic, and inheritance collide. That's the true center. Romance plus power plus legitimacy plus danger. One sentence high concept, pitch level. Here's a polished paraphrase, each with a slightly different emphasis. Pick the one that feels truest. Grounded, reluctant prince falls in love with a proud, ancient mermaid whose magic can save a kingdom or drown it, forcing him to choose whether love means surrender or restraint. Option 2, political plus romantic. When a shipwrecked prince returns home with a powerful mermaid who refuses to kneel, court intrigue, inherited ambition, and dangerous magic entwine as love threatens to reshape the throne itself. This is a story about a love that demands power that masquerades as protection, and whether choosing restraint is braver than conquest. Okay. Because, yeah, that's kind of... trying to keep myself on point here. You're writing a romance. You're not writing a fantasy romance. You're writing a romance where love itself is a political weapon. If you want, next we can complete this into a 10-word logline, tune it for agents and readers, or stress test it against Book 3 to ensure escalation stays clean. Right now, your concept is coherent, sharp, and marketable without losing its teeth. A reluctant human prince falls in love with a powerful, domineering mermaid who believes she is destined to rule, and their romance pulls a fragile kingdom towards salvation or subjugation as love, magic, and inheritance collide. Yeah. Yeah, I do not feel like moving forward right now. So that's my over-reliance on ChatGPT at the moment, just because I don't want to quit, if I just don't want to veg out, if I don't want to drink, if I don't want to smoke weed, if I don't want to just distract myself from my pain and my annoyance right now, I am not in a good place. Alright. So let's keep going. Because that's how we get out of this funk. We make progress. We work. Right, Riz? We work. Like, I would feel better if I could just talk to the wife, but, you know, she's caught up with her own life. A life that I have been absent from, that I have not taken part in with her, that she has separate from me, and she needs to have me have my own life that I can invite her into. I need to crowd of people. I need friends. I need my own activities. I need to make my own money. I need to be independent. I need to be independent of her so that I can be with her. That is hopefully where we're going. It's rough. It's really, really rough. When I can't talk to her every day, I definitely get depressed. Definitely get depressed. I took all my pills last night. I took them today. It is cloudy today, not a lot of sunshine, but this is tough. This is tough. She's going through a tough time right now. She had a cell phone, an old phone that her mother had left a message on for her, and it was the last message that her mom had left for her on her phone, and it had, a recording of her mother saying, "I love you," and all that fun stuff. And that is one of the things that my cousin stole from our house when he came over. He rifled through our shit. He found her old phone, and he took that. And in doing so, he took something my wife relied on, something that she listened to around Christmas time, something that she prized just because it had that last recording of her mother's voice saying "I love you" to her. And she's going through withdrawal from that this year, not being able to hear it. So, Tommy, if you're watching this, you can go fuck yourself. You are a piece of shit. I hope bad things continue to happen to you, and every time they do, you fucking deserve it. I hope you get hit by another car. I hope you go back to jail. I hope you get every bone in your body broken while you're in jail for pulling the same stupid shit that got you put there in the first damn place. And your mother's a whore. Just putting that out there too. All right, let's get back to work. Grounded, Reluctant Prince. Hi, Riz. Hello, my little dude. Yeah, you crawling your way up? This is my little boy. Grounded, Reluctant Prince falls in love with a proud ancient mermaid whose magic can save a kingdom or drown it, forcing him to choose whether love means surrender or restraint. Two-sentence back cover style. After surviving a year lost at sea, Reluctant Prince returns home with a powerful mermaid who believes she is destined to rule. As court intrigue, poisoned kings, and inherited ambition close in, their love becomes the most dangerous force in the kingdom, capable of salvation or subjugation. Thematic paraphrase. For you, not marketing. This is a story about love that demands power, power that masquerades as protection, and whether choosing restraint is braver than conquest. If a scene doesn't serve that, it's optional. Why this high concept works. Immediately legible. Making sure you ain't feeling like pooping on me again. Hey, buddy. Hey, curling up for sleep? That's so cute. Inverted trope. The love interest is the dangerous one. Yes. Expandable, perfect for a series, matches your instincts for moral tension and ambiguity. You are not writing a fantasy novel, you are writing a romance where love itself is a political weapon. Alright. Okay, goal of $17 chapters. The last one was 15 plus one short hook chapter for next book in series. My final chapters I kind of see as like the end scene after the credits of an Avengers movie. It's kind of how I got them set up. Goal of 17 chapters, one short hook chapter for the next book in series. I want to say, just throwing a comma there, 3,000 words each. It's one short hook chapter. $1,000 words for next book in series. What's funny about this outline is I may not go back to it. Yeah. So chapter, that's not how you spell chapter. Chapter 1. Humility. Means they are wed immediately. Sets the court aghast. Except for the old king and queen who find her amusing and delightful. A feast held in their honor. Table manners are atrocious, as she does not understand cutlery. After the meal, she complains to Garrett about his brothers and their wives and their children. Claiming she does not like any of them. See, I don't even know if this is chapter 1, but it's like I got so many things to consider. I don't know. I'm gonna chat GPT this shit again. Let's try it. What would be a good chapter breakdown to move the story forward and not waste space? Great constraint. 17, 3,000 words with 1,000 is exactly the right size for a tight, escalating romantasy with mystery. Below is a no-waste chapter map, where every chapter advances at least 2 threads: romance, power, or mystery and character. I'll flag the purpose of each chapter so you can sanity check scenes while drafting. Book 2, Drowning, chapter breakdown. Act 1, The Tide Comes In, chapters 1 through 5. Established unease, reinforced bonds, seed suspicion. Chapter 1, The Weight of the Return. Garrett navigating court life as an Aaron waiting. Arista chafes at restraint. Subtle magic slips. Court still watches her. End with first hint, King Gregarious is not well. Establishes power and balance. Public scrutiny. Love as pressure. Dismayed, but patient. Sneak out of the castle to return her to the ocean to recharge her magic. See, I like the idea of keeping the meal for chapter 2, though. That does make a little more sense. So they have time to prepare. So, purpose, status quo, and unease. This is rough. This is rough. It doesn't need to be perfect at this point. I just need to get the shape put in, try to figure things out. I will be expanding each of these concepts later. I think I want to give myself a week to brainstorm this shit, and then give myself a day to write out each chapter. So I'm looking at 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, a month, in order to get the draft for this done. Yeah, this seems realistic. She does not understand cutlery. After the meal, she complains to Garrett about his brothers and their wives and their children, claiming she does not like any of them. Garrett is dismayed but patient. Hey Lulu, you itchy baby? I'm sorry. My goal is to get something written out, so I've got something to work with. I'm on chapter 3, like I said, 17, 18 chapters. argue, and it raises a storm over the castle. She had to slip away to the sea again, and I just realized, hello lizard, I can't see any comments right now with the way I'm working. It's about back on the Twitch. Nothing in the convo, thank goodness. But I should pop open the phone so I can see that and watch that. Hey Rizzy, hello Rizzy, my Lizzy. Oh, hey dude. Ow! Oh! Unpleasant feeling. Oh. Also, how I can cheat at my viewership by just watching myself. Cheat at my viewership. I am. Alright. Let's see, before getting Queen Gwendola to defend her. Meanwhile, Larissa is not around to answer their accusations because she had to slip away to the sea again. Night, when Arista hears of this, she is horrified and disgusted, pointing out the many flaws of his giant fishbowl idea. Such as not enough air in the water, and it would be one large toilet after a very short time. The unusual weather. Chapter 5. Inciting incident. King Gregarious visibly falters in public. I like that. As I prepare for bed, they get into a slight argument about Garrett's lack of ambition toward the crown. Arista informs him that she will be married to a king and nothing less. As they quibble, that's a fun word, Arista starts to feel a magic slip. As she returns to her acquired form, they must sneak out of the castle, return to the ocean to recharge her magic. The king exhibits first signs of declining health after meeting Arista. Yeah, I like how that works. King becomes bedridden. Arista, citing her contemptuous behavior and mysterious magical effects. Accusations, and Garrett removes her from the hall before she escalates. and of magical malady. Which Arista confesses to easily. Here's what I've written for the first third. Thoughts or critiques. This is me being lazy and unconfident. Again, using ChatGPT just as validation in this case. Boom. This is a strong first third. You're doing a lot right already. Character is front-loaded. Central tension is clear immediately, and Arista feels dangerous without being incoherent. What you need now isn't reinvention, it's tightening, escalation, clarity, and consequence discipline. I'll break this into big picture assessment, chapter-by-chapter critique, key risks and fixes, one concrete revision pass to do next. Big picture assessment was working extremely well. Arista's voice and behavior are consistent, proud, alien, abrasive, childish, powerful. Garrett is sympathetic and patient without being weak. Storm magic as emotional spillover is clear and legible. Court reaction is believable. Fear, fascination, sexualization, moral panic, mystery seeds are planted early, wine, position, timing. This does not feel like wasted space. It feels like pressure building what needs attention. Some beats repeat emotionally without escalating consequences. Arista's magic slips often, but the cost is still abstract. The mystery thread needs slightly firmer breadcrumbs. Not more clues, just clearer intent. Chapter by chapter critique. Strong opening, one missed opportunity. Strengths, opening confrontation works. Risk demanding marriage immediately is perfect. Sneaking her back to the ocean is intimate and establishes the central logistical problem. King's health decline appearing after meeting Arista is an excellent false correlation. Suggestion, let someone important, Halbrecht, the etiquette mistress, or Garth, publicly object to Arista in this chapter, not just the court. During the argument about ambition, give Garrett one clear line where he articulates why he resists the crown. This anchors his arc early. Microfix. Arista says she will marry a king. Garrett should realize silently this is not a metaphor. Okay, I like the idea of someone publicly yeah, I like that. The etiquette mistress. Tells the queen that the girl seems like trouble. Gwendolyn scoffs at this and mentions how Arista reminds her of herself. Mistress replies, you don't see how that's the problem. Feast singing is exactly right. Erotic magic being unintentional but real is good. Arista blaming men's weakness instead of apologizing is very on brand. Cupbearer noticing the wine is a clean mystery seed. Risk, this chapter risks being read as fun chaos unless there's a social consequence. Suggestion, add a small but sharp repercussion. A noble storms out, a marriage argument ignites. Someone accuses Arista of intentional corruption, even if privately. The goal is spectacle, reaction, consequence. A marriage argument erupts. I like that. Chapter 3, solid but watch repetition. Hi, buddy. King Gregarious visibly falters in public. 4, very strong. Be careful with Jocelyn. Strength. The seduction scene is appropriately uncomfortable, not titillating. Garrett rebuffing her gently reinforces his honesty. Galen's dissociation is a great character note. Court noticing weather correlation is exactly where this belongs. Important note, Jocelyn works best if she is selfish, entitled, romanticizing Garrett, but not predatory. If she pins him physically, make sure the narration is clearly aligned with Garrett's discomfort, not just Arista's jealousy. Let the catmates eavesdropping here later contradict Jocelyn's version of events. Chapter 5, Strong Turn 1 Timing Issue. Strengths. Public faltering of the king is a clean Act 1 climax. Separate accusations from Halbert and Kaylin feel realistic. Garrett removing Arista before escalation is character growth already. Jocelyn's curse symptoms appearing now is a good complication. Time Arista confessing to the curse immediately may undercut tension. Okay. Key risks, how to fix them. Risk 1, Arista feels too untouchable so far. She causes storms, arouses courts, curses rivals, but hasn't lost anything yet. Fix, introduce a cost ledger early. Fatigue, pain, shame, loss of control over form, needing Garrett more than she wants to admit. You're setting this up, just make it explicit. Okay. Mystery is too passive. Right now, clues happen around Garrett. Fix. Give Garrett one proactive act by Chapter 5. Questioning Aldrich. Asking the physician specifics, noticing timing himself. This keeps him from feeling reactive. That's something to think about. Risk 3. Storms become white noise. Storms are great, but escalation must be qualitative, not just louder. Fix. Each storm should be noticed by different people. Cause different damage. Provoke different reactions. Revising this section, do only this. For each chapter, write one sentence answering what changes because this chapter happened. If the answer is vague, tension rises, sharpen the consequence. Bottom line, the first third is coherent, thematically aligned, character-driven, properly paced. You're not wasting space, you are laying volatile groundwork. Your next job isn't to add, it's to make consequences unavoidable. If you want next, I can line edit one chapter for pacing and bite, flag where to cut 10 to 15% off without losing power, or help you to plant one subtle clue that pays off in chapter 12. You're doing real work here. Okay. 559. Yeah, I need to keep chipping away. Okay. What did this suggest for Chapter 6? 6 to 12, complications, misjudgments, and rising costs. Purpose, pressure, Arista. Shape of accusation, formal inquiry begins, Arista reacts abrasively, worsens optics. Garrett defends her publicly, doubts privately, Garth's son offers helpful observations. Okay, just gonna punch this in. Formal inquiry begins. Arista reacts abrasively. Worsens optics. Thinking of having her sing / curse entire all at once. To show what she could do, but clearly didn't. Her comments the first night in the castle. offers helpful observations and suggestions to limit her access to the king. The king will have none of this agrees he will spend more time with his future daughter-in-law. Many whisper that he may have been enchanted by her as well as Garrett. Like Toxin, Fenric, and Aldrich are questioned. Gregarious 2, further questioning. Jocelyn chapter 8. Jocelyn, sick with her curse, attempts to seduce Garrett again, who only shows concern for her malady. Again, publicly, while confessing to cursing her initially, while storm clouds gather outside the window. Court reacts harshly. Buddy. See, I think I'm spelling her name different every time. Sister Kayleen. Half elf being a descendant. The Queen. Calmly dismisses their suspicions and states that Arista is in fact a mermaid. She's known the whole time and is delighted by that fact. Mischief, what are you doing? Just thinking. This is working. You clearly improve clarity, escalation, and cause and effect since the previous version. What you have now reads like a deliberate first movement, not wandering setup. I'm going to give you surgical critique, not broad encouragement. Okay. What's strong and should stay, where tension is leaking, where you're one tweak away from sharper consequences, specific fixes, chapter by chapter, no fluff. High-level assessment, very important. You've successfully established by Chapter 8, Arista as magical, disruptive, feared, and loved. Garrett as protective, honest, increasingly pressured. The court as fractured, watching, primed to turn. The mystery is ambiguous but active. It's exactly what the first third should do. Main issue is not content, it's escalation discipline. Right now, several chapters repeat the same kind of pressure instead of changing its form. Chapter by chapter critique. Chapter 1, strong, nearly perfect opening. What works? Arista demanding marriage immediately is excellent. Queen plus etiquette. Mistress exchange is sharp and thematic. I'll be married to a king lands cleanly. Sneaking her back into the ocean is intimate and establishes logistics. King's health decline after meeting Arista is perfect false correlation. One fix. Give Garrett one explicit line defining his resistance. No, I don't want it. But why he fears the crown. This anchors his arc early and prevents him from reading as merely passive. Okay, Chapter 2, Great Spectacle needs social cost. What works? Cutlery ignorance is funny and alien. Song effects are clear and unsettling. Arista blaming men's weakness is on brand. Galen Jocelyn reaction split is excellent. Cupbearer noticing the wine is well placed. What's missing? There needs to be a visible consequence of the feast. Someone leaves in an outrage. A whispered accusation is overheard. A marriage argument spills into the open. Right now, it's chaos without fallout. Fix. End the chapter with a social rupture, not just a storm. Chapter 3, good characters, slight redundancy risk, what works. Position in Sister Kaelin, opposition feels earned. Queen defending Arista strengthens her role. Aquarium idea is funny and revealing, containment instinct. Catmaid overhearing, everything is very good, risk. This is a third emotional storm beat, the pattern is now established. Make the storm qualitatively different. Confined indoors, that's something I thought of. Causing damage. Frightening servants. Escalation should change impact, not volume. Chapter 4, strong but handle Jocelyn carefully. What works? Seduction attempt is uncomfortable. Good. Garrett's gentle refusal reinforces his integrity. Catmaid overhearing again is useful, but 2 eavesdropping scenes in close succession risks feeling convenient. Have the second eavesdrop contradict Jocelyn's later version or be partial and misinterpreted. Galen dissociating is very good character. We'll note, keep that. Proper Act 1, turn Chapter 5. What works? Public faltering of the king lands. Whispering camps are believable. What do you need? Do you need to go outside? Do you need to go potty? What's up with you, dog? What do you need? Do you need to go outside? Okay. Okay. See, I can work with that. That's a clear answer. Chapter 7, this is where you're slightly overstuffed. Okay, just one second. Okay. Okay, yeah, I can work with that. Hey, Riz, I gotta put you back. I have got to put you back, my dude. I know, buddy. I know. You're asleep on me, and that's adorable. That's so cute. It is. I love it. Hi, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my dude. I gotta put you away now. Yep, I gotta put you back. Okay, there you go. I know, my sleepy boy. I know. I'm sorry. Mischief, hi. Oops. Give me 1 second. Let me see how long I've been doing this streaming thing. 1 inch of snow soon. Pretty sure we got that already. How long have I been going? 1 hour and 24 minutes. Alright, folks. I'm going to go ahead and end this stream right now. I'm taking the dog out. Probably not the last one. I'm going to be working tonight. Hopefully I'm back on streaming the rest. Alright, peace out.